continue along with what we're, the topic of today's stream, right? So I kind of like just use ChatGPT to kind of give me a detailed description of what a web developer skills should be, or what a web developer should have in their arsenal if they, want to become a better web developer, especially in 2025, right? So I told her that I gave it the prompt or whatever, and oh shoot, wait, what happened to did my screen? Did my screen crash? Yo, can you all still hear me? Hold on. Okay, no, I thought okay, I thought my streamless.
Yeah.
Okay, nah, I thought it crashed. My bad. Um, yes. Sorry to go back to this, right? So I told that, well, I believe that web developers should be creative, a problem solver, and logical, right? And pretty much it basically gave me a detailed response on why, these things should be like that. So I'm just going to read it, and let me know what is your thoughts on this as well, right? So they say that as a web developer, as a web developer, three things are very important: creativity, problem solving, and logic. Here's why. Creativity. Websites aren't just about code. They also need to look good and feel easy to use. Creativity helps a developer design layouts, colors, and features that make the site stand out and keep users engaged. Oh wait, let me make this a larger. Hold on. Okay, yeah, sorry, but you can see it better now, right? So the example is, think of an online coding store. A creative developer can design the product page in a way that makes the clothes look attractive with clear images, spoon animations, and an easy add to cart button, right? Then the second one is problem solving. Things often go wrong, bugs appear, features break, or a client requests something new. A good developer must figure out solutions quickly and efficiently. An example is, if a payment system suddenly stops working, a problem solver developer can find the issue, maybe the payment API change, and fix it to customers and fix it so customers can continue buying without delay. And then the last one, which is logic. Websites run on rules and instructions. Logic ensures everything works step by step without errors. A developer uses logical thinking to make sure a site behaves the way users expect. An example is, on a job application form, logic makes sure the system checks if the email address is valid, the password is secure, and all required fields are filled before submission. So in short, creativity makes the site appealing, problem solving keeps it running smoothly, and logic ensures it works correctly. Together, these skills lets a web developer build professional, reliable, and user friendly websites. So pretty much, I pretty much agree with everything here. I don't think there's anything like wrong in what the information or the data that ChatGPT produce, because I don't think that a lot of developers, and as you watch the video before, right, with vibe coding, that a lot of these vibe coders don't have these three things here, right? So they just, as I said earlier, they just go into ChatGPT and type, well, yo, hey, build this gift shop website for me, and they're thinking that, well, they would just all of a sudden get what they're looking for, but they miss these three important critical parts about about being a web developer, which is creativity, problem solving, and logic, right? So these are like three things as a web developer, especially those who are now coming up into the game. Make sure you always like keep these three things here in mind, because if you don't, well then or expect to become a very good developer or make money, because what you have to realize that this is reality. Things are getting harder and harder day by day. So it's like, as my uncle was telling me on a hike that I went on Saturday, right? It's how can you stand out from others, right? What can you do to stand out from the rest, right? So I believe that if you have these three things here, I think that you can stand out amongst other web developers or other programmers or whatever in general, right? So, Adriel, I don't know if you have anything to say to that or not. You agree? You disagree?
But I agree to what you said. It makes sense.
All right, nice. Straight to the point, man. Love it. Um, so now let's go into the